All right, Shalom Israel. Yahbashim Yashar Barakatham. To the brothers, Yahshua Alatham Bashim Yashar. To the sisters, our priest officer Parak. To my right is priest officer Razan. We're holding down the weekly Sabbath service for the ISUPK out of Arizona. If you're watching online, you can see at the very bottom of the screen our class location. All right, our class schedule is every Tuesday through Friday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And of course, every Saturday we hold our Sabbath service, which of course is today. All right. So today we're going to be going into Isaiah the 40th chapter. All right, we're going to be breaking that down. We're going to be talking about idolatry today. All right, that's going to be the focus. I like to teach this every so often just to remind brothers and sisters what idolatry really is, because I think a lot of people only view it as, worshiping a stone or worshiping a graven image or anything like that. But we got to also understand that idolatry can mean, idolatry is anything that you put before the Most High. Your son, if you have sons and daughters, if you have children, your children could be your idols, because if you put them before the Most High, then you are now committing idolatry. Right? If you decide you would rather celebrate Christmas than celebrate Passover because of your kids, you say you do it for the kids. Well, that means that them kids is your God, because your moral decisions are being based on your children rather than the Most High, and that's dangerous. You understand? And we're going to read about it today. And like I said, I like to bring this up every so often because it's very easy to forget that idolatry is not just picking this up and worshiping it. You understand? So we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. So just a minute up here. I might understand.
Mayim, Wapanya, Hapadan, stand and face the east. All right, you get to the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Sabashemaya, Kodash, Haya, Shimka, Yahweh, Malafaka, Taba'ah, Matazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'rataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashemaya, Thanyanawa, Lakan, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakinawa, Kawathanawa, Kasalakinawa, Kawathanawa, Wala, Taba'anawa, Manasaya one, a bar. That's like, what's I know? Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, the Iwalam, Aman.
All right, the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Yahweh. Mustakin. Getting the part of Hebrew. Yahweh. Akak. Rapa'ah. Ka. Makala. Ka. Madawa. Akak. Latahar. Hamatarayu. Hakat. Laha. Kwayam. Hamathim. Hakat. Al. Wakarwath. Hatama'ala. Lagarashan. Bashun Yashai. The water among.
In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Get the Psalms 21 in Hebrew. Asha,
Asha,
Ayanya, Haharyam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'ratazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al, Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazaka, Ayat, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Yarak, Bala, Yala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'athka, Waba, Wa'aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai, I will love.
All right, we're going to read Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Yasharala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh
shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh
shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
All right, get the Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahaya. Damaya. Laka. Thakarash. Wa'al. Tashakwat. Kaya. Hana. Awa. Yabyaka. Hayama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Imaka. Ya'ai. Rayamwanka. It's like it. Rayamwa. Sawada. Wayata. Ya'aitazawa. Tazpawanyaka. Armarwa. Lakawa. Wana. Kakidan. Magaya. Wala'a. Tazakar. Shom Yasharala. Iwada. Kaya. No Aitazawa. Laba. Yakatwa. Ayaka. Baryath. Yaka. Rathwa. Ahaya. Adawan. Wa. Yashma'alim. Ma'aba. Wahagariam. Gabal. Waimawa. It's like Waimawan. Waimalak. Palashat. Ain. Yeshabya. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Lalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawai. Labunya. Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Laham. Kamatya. Kasaya. Sarah. Kayabya. Wanakar. Koyash. It's like it. Koyash 1. What? Adama. Shaya. Thamwa. Nada. Yamawa. Kara'ab. Waka. Za'aba. Kazabak.
Wakazabak,
Wakatazar,
Wakatazal,
Manai,
Manai,
Kal,
Kal,
Nasa,
Nasa,
Yakamwa,
Yakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Armarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya,
Naya,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
like Rashah,
Rasha,
Lanawa, Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Na'awath,
Na'awath,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahayah,
Alahayah,
Shatamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Rakah,
Rakah,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Yaira,
Yaira,
Wa,
Wa,
Kalaba,
Kalaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Aharyam,
Ahari,
Khan,
Kang,
Thardatma,
Tharadama,
Basairaka,
Basairaka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapatka,
Wapaka,
Tabahalam,
Tabalam,
Mala'a,
Wala,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Makwashwa,
Shukai,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Ibatwa,
Ibadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Dawai,
Dawai,
like Daiwa,
Daiwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Anta,
Shukai,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Ayuwan,
Ayuwan,
Alkal,
Alkal,
Hot Ratazai.
Haraza.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, in the English. Keep not thy silence, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Yasharallah
that the name of Yasharallah
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
and
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gebal,
Gebal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
and Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kasan.
At the brook of Kasan.
Which perished and endured.
Which perished and endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red.
And like Ze'eb.
And like Ze'eb.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said,
Let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh.
The houses of Yahweh.
In possession.
In possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may see thy name.
That they may see thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men may know that thou.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Are the most high over all the earth.
Are the most high over all the earth. The blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Micah Allah?
Why Micah Allah?
Why Ahayim?
Why Ahayim?
What Matazat?
Matazat.
Yah?
Yah.
Alawap Yahana?
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapya?
Alawapya.
Hasaranya?
Hasaranya.
Kwatazayanya?
Kwatazayanya.
Akakayayu?
Akayayu.
Wa'a?
Waha.
Akwatya?
Akwatya.
Yahweh?
Yahweh.
Bashem Yahweh Shai?
Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Dawada Aman.
Dawada Aman.
In the English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right. So while you're shouting, we can be seated. All right. All right. So once again, like I said, we will be in the 40th chapter of Isaiah. We're going to start at the 18th verse. Now, this Sabbath service class is entitled. Goddamn. This Sabbath service class is titled Idolatry. To whom then will you liken God, or to whom will you liken God? And what that means, we're going to read it. We're going to read it in English. So first we're going to read it in the Hebrew, then we'll read it in English, and we'll break it on down, right? But just keep in mind while he's reading the Hebrew that what we're going to go into is the fact that a lot of people liken God or make God equal with their idols, or make God beneath their idols, right? But we'll get into it when we read the English, right? So the brother's going to read 7 verses in the Hebrew first, and then we'll read it in the English, all right? So that would be Isaiah 40, and then verses 18 through 24.
18 to 24. Oh, okay. All right, book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 18 in the Hebrew. Well, all Maya, it's like the thumb Yawah. It's like it. The thumb Ya one. All Wama, Damath, it's like Dama Wath. The I, the I Rakwa, Lawa, verse 19. Hapa, Hapasal, Nasar, it's like Nasak, Karash, which is Rapa, Bazaar, it's like Bazaar Hop, Yuraqua, Ainwa, Tazawa Rap. Verse 20. Hamasakan, Thara, Thara, Wama, Aitaza, La, Yara, Yaraquap, Yaba, Yabakar, Kara, Karash, Kakam, Yabakwash, Lawa, Laha, Kayan, Basal, it's like it. Pasal, Lawa, Yama, Yamawas, it's like Yamawat. Verse 21. Allah Wa'a, Tadai Wa, Hala Wa'a, the Sham, my Wa, Hala Wa'a, Hagad, Ma'ira, it's like Mara'ash, Lakan, Halawa'a, Habayan, Watham, Mawasad, Awath, Ha'arataza, verse 22. It's like Hayashab, Al, Kawab, it's like Kawab, Ha'arataza, Yash, it's like Wayashab, Wayashabya, Wayashabya, Ka, God Yum, Hana, Hanawata. It's like Kadak. It's like Kadak. Shamya. It's like it. Waya. Waya Mat Kang. Kahal. Aha. Lashabath, verse 23. Kana Wathan. Wana, it's like Wawa. Zanyang. La'a Young. Shapatwa. Rataza. Katawa. Aisha, verse 24. Apa, Ba, Nata, what's that? Is it? Nataiwa, Apa, Ba, Zarai, Wa, Apa, Ba, Sharash, Ba Rachaza, was a Gaza Ain, Wagam, Napash, just like the shop, Baham, Waya Shabwa, what's the Ira? It's like Kashat, Kakwash. That's the iron. It's like that's the iron.
All right. So that was Isaiah the 40th chapter, verses 18 through 24. Now we're going to read those in the English, and we'll break it down. All right. Just once again, just keep in mind the topic of what we're talking about, and also just make sure we really pay attention to what's being read here. Of course, I'm gonna break it down, but just make sure you pay attention when we read this. All right. So you can start at verse 18.
Here comes the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 18 in the English. To whom then will ye liken God? Or what likeness will ye compare unto him?
So now this is a good question, right? It's an excellent question. The question here being posed is, who are you going to liken unto God, right? Who are you going to liken unto God, and who can you compare the Most High with? And of course, we're going to find out this is a rhetorical question. You understand? Because there is nobody that you can compare God with. But the problem is some people try to compare the Most High with people and with things. Sometimes people will associate, what is it? The universe. The universe is telling me this. The universe is, everything is falling into place because the universe is on my side. That's, you're trying to liken God to the thing that God created. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High created that universe that you're talking about. That feeling that you feel, you wouldn't be able to feel a goddamn thing if the Most High didn't make you alive. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, you're trying to liken God to everything. As for some of you, your children are your gods. For some of you, your woman is your God. You understand? For some of you, your job is your God. You got to make money. Money is your God. That's why the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil. Understand? Because you're going to put those things in the place of what God should be. Like you should be hell-bent on serving the Most High instead of being hell-bent on pleasing your woman every which way and defiling yourself for this woman. You should be hell-bent on pleasing the Most High instead of being hell-bent on, man, I got to make every last dollar. I got to go. I know I'm not supposed to work on the Sabbath, but I got to, I'm just going to do it because I got to make this extra money because I got to get rich. You understand? That's what you want to do. That's what you're doing. You're likening your money and your job unto God. And so that's why the question is being posed here. To whom then will you liken God? Right? Keep going.
Verse 19. The workman melteth a graven image.
And then now here we go. Now here's one of the more prevalent at this time, one of the more prevalent things that people would do to serve idols, right? They would do what?
Melteth a graven
They
image.
would melt a graven image. The same thing that happened back in the wilderness. We all remember that, right? When Aaron was, being pressed by the children of Israel because Moses was on the mount talking to the Most High, receiving the instructions from the Most High. They got impatient, and they decided they weren't going to serve God anymore. What did they want to do? They wanted to serve the gods of Egypt, excuse me. And they melted down all of that gold. They melted down all of that gold, took good gold too. You're talking about earrings and bracelets and necklaces. And they melted all of that good gold and they melted it down into a golden calf, a goddamn one of the idols that the Egyptians used to worship. That's one of the more prevalent things that Israel at that time was doing. He's gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, and that's a problem with Israel as a whole. You know, we get too impatient. Like, you can't listen. Everything the Most High has for you, wants you to do. Everything is in time, man. When the Most High says so. All right, I do is be patient, but as a people, we are impatient. We need the pleasure now. We need the reward now. We can't wait. We don't know how to wait. That's why we end up in captivity after captivity.
Right.
Because you can't wait, because we want the pleasure of the world right now. So, you know what I'm saying? That's shows a lot of discipline that our people have that we have to install into our people. We have to install that discipline into our people. You only get that here in the ISUPK, man.
Oh, damn right. That's actually an excellent point. You know what I'm saying? Because we are plagued with that lack of patience. We're plagued with the lack of patience. We're plagued with we need everything right now. Like, that's why people don't want to serve the Lord, because our reward is not now. You understand? Right. If you go into the scriptures say, where is that at? I believe it's in Hebrews. I think it's Hebrews the 11th chapter. Let me go check it out real quick. I think it's in Hebrews 11. 1 second, I wasn't actually going to bring this out, but you made an excellent point about how our people are not patient. Let's see, Hebrews 11. Okay, yeah. So here we go. So Hebrews 11:1 says, well, if you can read it for me, actually, about Bashar, you get to it. It's Hebrews 11:1.
I got it, sir. With Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Now faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So faith is what? The substance of things hoped for. So what does the substance mean? Something that you can grab. This is substance. This microphone right here is substance. I can pick it up. It's tangible. But faith is the substance of things hoped for, meaning it's not something that I can pick up and touch. It's not here right now, right? And then it says what? The evidence of things not seen. What is evidence? Evidence is clear cut. It's I know it's there because I can see it. You know, it's the murder weapon is the evidence. They say that he murdered this woman with a dagger or with a knife or whatever. The evidence is the bloody knife.
God.
So you can see that. Without that evidence, it might be kind of hard to convict that man. You understand? Well, this faith that we have is the evidence of things not seen. Why? Because we're working for something that is not tangible right now. It's something that will be tangible in the future. We're working for the kingdom of God. And if you don't have faith, you don't believe that the kingdom of God will ever come. You know what I'm saying? Read the next verse.
I found verse 2. For by it the elders obtained a good report.
So by faith, the elders obtained a good report. These cats have patience, right? So now it goes on. Read me verse 13. It goes on and it tells you about Noah and by Abel. It tells you about Enoch, Abraham, all of these cats, right? That they all had faith in the Most High and didn't necessarily have a reason to. They never saw the Most High. You understand? Give me verse 13.
Okay, verse 13. These all died in faith.
They all what?
These all died in faith.
They all died in faith. Keep going.
Not having received the promises.
They never received the promise. You understand me? They never received it. Like Abraham never got to see his children flourish. When I say his children, I'm talking about when the kingdom comes and we get set in even the land, when we got taken out of the land of Egypt and set in our own land, Abraham never got to see that. But the Most High did promise him that. The Most High did promise Abraham that would happen, but he never saw it. He died before that happened. But he was still willing to do what it took. He never went off and served no idol. He never let his woman talk him out of it. He never let his family talk him out of it. You know, his family tried to talk him out of serving God. You understand? If you go back into the book of Genesis, you can see that his family didn't want him to do the things that he was doing. And this man went off to a land that he never knew and dwelt there, you know what I'm saying, because the Most High told him to. So they all died in faith and they never received the promises. Keep going.
Okay. But having seen them afar off.
But what?
But having seen them afar off.
That's important. They saw them afar off, meaning they didn't see the tangible, the kingdom of heaven. They didn't see that, but they knew it was coming. And that's why they were willing to do what they did for the Most High. And that's why they would never serve no idol. That's why they would never serve no false god, right? Keep going.
Okay. And were persuaded of them.
And were persuaded of them. Meaning they were fully persuaded that this was going to happen. And that's what you got to do. If you're going to be in the truth and you want to make sure that you never fall off, you're going to have to be fully persuaded in this thing. You're going to have to really and see, this is the problem. I think a lot of people, and I'm not talking about in the truth, I'm just talking about people in general. I think a lot of people don't truly believe that there's going to be a black man that cracks this sky open. That's a fairy tale to some people.
Nice.
And so you have to, you have to get yourself into that mindset. Otherwise, you will fall off and you'll never last. It'll never happen. You get what I'm saying? Let's get back over to Isaiah the 40th chapter.
Okay.
All right, Isaiah 40. And
19, say.
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll just start from the beginning. Book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 19. The workman melted a graven image, and the goldsmith spread it over with gold, and casteth silver chains, so that he is so impoverished that he hath no oblation.
Right, so it says, he that is so impoverished that he had no oblation, go ahead,
chooseth a tree that would not rot.
He chooses a tree that will not rot, right? A tree that's not going to rot. A tree that's not going to die, right? We'll explain in a second. Keep going.
Okay. He seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved.
Okay, so now to understand this, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. This is the perfect, if you're going to understand idolatry, Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter is what you need. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 14. The whole chapter is about idolatry, and it explains idolatry. It explains the origin of idolatry. You understand?
To the 13?
Chapter 14. And what we got to understand about it is that, okay, everything stems from idolatry. Everything, all of it. We're going to find that out. We're going to read that. All sin stems from idolatry. Now, because you might say, how could that be? Listen, when you put something in front of the Most High, you are committing idolatry. So even if it's something as much as stealing, what are you putting in front of the Most High or above the Most High? Yourself. Now you're your own God because you get to just do whatever the hell you want. You get to steal and take from people. You understand? You are making yourself above God. All sin stems from idolatry. We'll read about it though, right? Let's get chapter 14. So Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 14 and verse 1.
Okay. The book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 14, verse 1. Again, one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through the raging waves.
So now this is a man he's preparing to go on a journey where he's going to have to cross the sea. And he's going to go through hell because there's a storm on this sea. There's raging waves, right? It's going to be tough. Keep going.
Okay. And calls upon a piece of wood.
I'll call it upon what?
A piece of wood.
Doesn't call upon God, but calls upon a piece of wood. Keep going.
Rotten.
It's like it.
That's like it. More rotten.
More rotten. Go ahead.
Than the vessel that carrieth him.
More rotten than the vessel that carries. So he doesn't trust his boat to make it across this sea because the boat is a piece of garbage. It's trash. It's a terrible boat. The wood is all rotten on it, right? But he feels like he needs to call on something for spiritual help because he's not making it across this sea unless he gets some sort of supernatural help because this boat is not going to make it. But the problem is he calls upon a piece of wood more rotten than the boat itself. You know what that's like? That's like if you get into a jam, right? And you go ahead. Go ahead.
Wood more rotten than the boat itself would be like seeing the condition that the boat is in and knowing that there's water pouring into the boat in this wave You look at the damn mop handle.
God.
Or you look at the damn the scrub brush that you swap the deck with, and the handle of the damn scrub brush that's been in the soapy, nasty water and is rotting.
Listen, what's even more accurate is you're gonna take that rosary that's around your neck or that cross, and you're gonna kiss it, and you're gonna do the whole Father, Son, Holy Ghost, kiss the cross. That's what you're doing. That's what this is talking about.
And if I can,
go ahead.
Listen, that still goes on today. And I was in the days. Listen, we would go out to see people. You see people doing the whole thing. People kissing their cross. We pull out from to go to see. When you're at sea, you got those waters out there. Man, people doing the same thing. Man, hope God save you. You got people in there with different religions, people from everywhere, praying to the God on the ship.
Yeah, that's their God. and see, but that's the point, right? So they know that it's tough. This might be their last day. But instead of them calling on the Most High and submitting themselves to the authority of the Most High, they're going to take a cross. They're going to look at that cross and they're going to say, "This is my Savior, and I'm going to kiss this thing, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, kiss it again, and this thing is going to save me." That's idolatry. Now, some people might not look at the cross as idolatry. Some people might not. You understand? Because they look at it as, oh, this is just a representation. Now, here's what I will tell you. This shield and the shields that you see all over here, these are representations of Christ's kingdom. But you'll never see me kiss this thing and pray and then kiss it again. You'll never see me do that because we do not worship this representation or this shield. But although it is a representation of Christ's kingdom, you understand? Yeah. So the problem is Christians have put too much emphasis on the idol, because for one, that cross is demonic. You understand? Christ will never want you to have a cross around your neck. That is a symbol of the death and the punishment and the terrible torture that Christ went through. Christ don't want to remember that. I mean, he would have goddamn PTSD looking at another cross. I'm serious. He would, if he sees a cross. That's, you understand? Like, he sees a cross. That's the thing that put him to death in one of the most horrible ways. Can you understand? He was on the goddamn thing, bleeding out for hours, losing his life slowly. You know what type of thing? So he don't want to see no goddamn crosses. It's a demonic thing to have that cross anywhere. You understand? What you should have is as a representation of Christ is this shield that you see here. That what people call the Star of David. This is the shield of David. You understand? Go ahead. You gonna say something?
I was gonna say I saw a post on either Facebook or Twitter, one of the two. It was somebody who was in the world, but they made perfect sense. They asked the Christian, like, you wear a cross that they died on, but would you wear a gun that killed your brother around your neck?
Right.
Like, no, you wouldn't. Like, just like why'd you wear a cross that represents the murder weapon that killed him? But you're not gonna put a gun around your neck after your brother gets shot down.
Torture device. You might as well throw a noose on your goddamn neck. I mean, seriously, if you want to talk about it, you understand? And that's my point. So now when you get into a jam, now this was talking about a specific situation, right? It's supposed to be able to be used in every situation. This specific situation is talking about a sailor going out to the sea where it's going to be tough. He's calling on, an idol instead of the Most High. Well, that's what you do. If you're Muslim, you understand who the Most, in your mind is Caesar Borgia. You're calling on that white man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's talking about. You're not putting your faith in the Most High or your trust in the Most High. You're putting your trust in the thing that you think should save you. Right? Let's keep going.
Okay. Verse 2. For verily desire of gain devised that, and the workman built it by his skill.
Right. The Most High didn't make that cross that you wear around your neck. You understand? He didn't make that thing. Some man, right? It says, verily desire of gain devised that, and it's like the workman built it by his skill. Some man fashioned that thing that you got around your neck. You understand? That you would rather, and in times past, there were a lot of different things. In times past, there wasn't a cross. This wasn't talking about a cross at the time. You understand? Because Christ hadn't died. The Romans weren't using, at this time, the Romans weren't even around. You understand? So there were no that instrument of torture, that instrument of death punishment, or it's like a death penalty, wasn't around yet. So this isn't talking about a cross, but you can definitely apply it to the cross. You understand? Because back then they had more so things like this. And I said, I always use this, right? This isn't an idol, right? Because we don't worship it, but they would construct or build things like this, right? And they would say this is God, and then they would go to worshiping that thing. And so that would be more so what people would worship. They would get somebody to make a lion or a calf or whatever out of wood or out of stone or out of gold or whatever the case, right? If he was rich, it's lucky, right? But okay, we might want to skip down something. You had a question?
Lucky, sir. I have a question if I could, but sure. What is it with man and mankind that would make them, after knowing that the God of the Israelites is the only real God? Everybody knows that our Father is the only living God. But what is it that makes man and mankind construct something, an object, to treat as the Most High?
Well, people don't actually believe in the Most High. Like, nobody believes in the Most High. Like, Christians don't believe in the Most High. Like, okay, so here's the thing, right? So they say they believe in God. Everybody who says they believe in God, they say that they believe in God. They'll even dedicate their lives to God. But the problem is they don't actually believe that God exists. And I'll explain why. If they actually believed that God existed, they would never do any of the things that they do, because they know that God is going to kill them for those things. So if you truly believe the things that are written in this book, if you truly believe Isaiah the 66th chapter that says you're going to get put to death if you eat pork when Christ returns, if you read that and know that's in there and you still eat pork, you don't believe in God. You can't, because nobody in their right mind would ever willingly say, well, I know I'm gonna be put to death and die in a lake of fire for this. I'm gonna do it anyway. Nobody would ever do that. Because even a child, let's break it on down, right? Even a child will disobey their parents even after their parents have said, oh yeah, you're gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna whoop you for this, or you're gonna get on punishment for this many days. One of two things goes through that child's mind when he wants to disobey his parents. One, I can get away with it, or two, he ain't really gonna punish me like that. Both of those things mean that they don't really believe what their father has told them. So for people, they don't believe in the Most High. They don't. It takes an extraordinary person to actually believe in the Most High without ever seeing what he did in Egypt, without ever seeing what he did with Daniel in the lion's den, or with Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego in that flame of fire. Without seeing those things in person, you can't have what Hebrews 11 says is that faith, the substance of things that you can't touch. You understand? You gonna say something?
Yeah, I'll just pull a preset real quick.
You got it. You gonna say something?
I'm happy that you, Slaggy, sir. If I could, I'm happy that you brought up the situation with Ms. Ryan, because didn't when we went home when we went to kick out the Hamite nations, like they were scared. They were scared. They were like, those are the Israelites. Those are the ones that their God opened the Red Sea, closed the Red Sea on the army of Pharaoh, killed all their firstborn. If that, especially in that time, if that understanding was within the other nations, how did they? I don't get it. Like, how did they? Like, the report came out, whoever their God is, whoever they're praying to, it's real. Right. We were, there might be a city next to Ms. Ryan. They're like, we keep getting people coming from Ms. Ryan talking about there's locusts everywhere, there's frogs everywhere, there's blood in the water, right? And fire.
And so you basically saying, like, how would they still try to do something? Like, okay, think about it like this. Like, people are real spooky, right? And so they believe those things happen because they did. But just like the people that worship Baal, they believe that Baal was a real God too. You understand? So, but that's why I say when it's like that, they don't really believe in any God. That's my point. So, for instance, right, Baal was a god of farming. When people worship Baal, in their mind, when anytime their crops were doing well, it was because of Baal. You understand? So that's why they worship Baal. So they might know about the Most High and know about the wonders and all of the works that the Most High has done, but they don't really believe that the Most High is going to kill them for these things. That's why I'm saying, like, nobody would ever pick up anything and worship it if they truly believed that the Most High was going to kill them for it. So that was why I said nobody believes in God. Nobody believes in anything. Nobody. I'm talking about the Greeks. They never believed in none of the million gods. The Egyptians, they never believed in any of them. Now, did they attribute a lot of those things to those gods? Yeah, but they never actually believed in them gods. Because if they did, they would understand something. Especially with these with those, what do you call them gods that they got?
Like the Olympians.
Well, not the Romans. I'm talking about the Egyptians. They got a specific type of god. You had a precept part.
Go ahead. I just want to bring this picture out to kind of go into more why people don't believe in a God. People don't believe that there is a God, right? Mm-hmm. This is the reason why right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Excellent precept.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Right. Yeah, it's a perfect precept.
Yeah, you go like 12 and 13 just adds on to that right there. Because you know what I'm saying, you look back, go back to Genesis with Adam and Eve. Right. And they were told, don't take up this fruit, right? Because or you'll surely die. Right. Then what happened? The Satan came through, right? The snake came through, told her, hey, you know what? You can partake in this fruit and you'll be good. You're not gonna die. Right. You'll be a god. Right. And then what happened? She partook of the fruit. She go to Adam. What happened? They didn't die immediately, right? Right. Because they didn't die immediately. People figured, oh, we know there's no death. There's no consequences. Yeah.
Dang. No, that's a perfect precept. So that's why people decided it's okay to worship these idols. You understand? Nobody's picking. Nobody. It's less of millions of people walking around. Cross, but he's dying for, so they don't go down. That's it. Let's get so let's go down. I still haven't figured out where I want to start at. Okay, give me verse 12. No, let me see. Yeah, let me get verse 12. Oh, what's up?
It's the Book of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 14, verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
The devising of idols was what?
The beginning of spiritual fornication.
That was the beginning of. That's why I told you who was going to read it. That is the beginning of that is the beginning of sin. That idolatry. You understand? Well, you just mentioned Eve. What did Eve do? How did she commit idolatry? She put herself above the Most High. Because what? Because that white man, that snake, told her what? You can be God. So she wanted to put herself above God. That's idolatry. And so, but this is my point. A lot of people really are not. They're not really grasping hold to it. If you decide you're not going to, let's just say, I'm tired. I don't feel like going to camp, or I'm tired. I don't feel like coming to class. You're putting yourself above the Most High. Like that's what you're doing. If you decide, if you had a bad day at work. You had a terrible day. I mean, your boss is just a piece of garbage. He's, yelling all over the place and got you working extra hard and this, that, and the third. And you get off of work and you like, you know what? I don't feel like going to camp because I'm mad at my boss. You've now put yourself above the Most High in your own eyes, and now you're committing idolatry. You're committing what's called spiritual fornication. It doesn't have to be a guy. You don't have to worship this candle. You understand? It ain't got to be like that. It ain't got to be like that. It can be literally something as simple as, you just decide you don't want to do what the Most High wants you to do. That's why I said everything stems from that. Adultery, theft, murder, all of it. It comes from idolatry. You understand? Let's keep going. So it says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. Go ahead.
Come on. In the invention of them, the corruption of life.
And the invention of idols is the corruption of life. What corrupts your life? Idolatry. Like, why do you think the Most High cares so much about idolatry. Like idolatry is extremely, when you go into this Bible, it's all over the place. The Most High telling us not to, to partake in idolatry and things like that. You understand? You gonna say something?
I was gonna say, and like you said earlier, our people, being simple minded, saying, just think that idolatry is just, just maybe, saying, the cross or that stone,
Right.
where it's bigger than that, and that shows off the lack of knowledge and understanding of this word, which why everybody shouldn't be teaching it.
Right. Nah, damn right. No, damn right. Listen, that's that lack of understanding and knowledge. That's why the scriptures say, like in those days, right, when in the end times, the sun shall not give its light, or nor the moon. Like that represents wisdom and understanding, or wisdom and knowledge. And that's what's happening right now. Like nobody has understanding, nobody has the knowledge or the wisdom. You understand? And that's the problem. So that's why people do these types of things, right? And like you said, I'm glad that you said that. It's a lot deeper when you talk about the Islam and that stone and stuff. It's a lot deeper than that. You understand? But let's keep reading.
Verse 13. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
See, from the beginning, it was never supposed to be anything that you could ever worship besides the Most High. That's how it was from the beginning. You understand? When you go back in the book of Genesis, like the Most High created man in his own image. And what that means is the Most High made man to be able to receive instruction. And so we were able to receive instruction. Like you can teach a dog commands. You understand? You can teach them to sit, run, this, that, and the third. But they can't receive instruction like us. They couldn't receive the instructions that we have in this Bible. You understand? And so that instruction was given to us. The problem is we decided we wanted to go off and do our own thing. Instead of, because we have the ability, obviously, as brothers in the truth right now, sisters in the truth right now, receiving that instruction. But most of us in the world decided, I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm going to partake in idolatry, right? And so that's why it says what? It says, for neither they were from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. Meaning, understand this, kingdom come, it's not going to be like that no more. Like the things that are happening right now in America and all across the globe, they'll never be able to happen ever again when the kingdom comes. When Christ cracked that sky, which we're so foolish to believe. You understand? That's why the scriptures say, "You fools for Christ's sake." That's exactly what we're so foolish to believe, that the sky is going to crack and that this is all going to stop out there. But it's going to stop because I believe this, right? It says, neither shall they be forever, right? Keep going.
Verse 14. For by the vain glory of men, they entered into the world.
Right. By the vain glory of men, they entered into the world, right? Keep going.
And therefore shall they come shortly to an end.
Absolutely. Keep going.
Verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
Yeah, this is like one of the best parts of this chapter, because this is going to explain how a lot of physical idols come into play. A lot of we'll read it. We'll break it down. Go ahead.
We have made an image of his child, soon taken away.
It says what taken away?
The image, he made an image of his child, soon taken away.
So now this person has made an image of his child, soon taken away, right? Meaning the father sees his son die or daughter, whatever the case, right? See them die. That's not supposed to happen, right? It's not supposed to. Your son and daughter, your children are supposed to be able to outlive you. So this child died too soon. But this father loved his son too much. Because what did he do?
Made an image of his child, soon taken away.
Made an image of his child, soon taken away. Keep going.
Now honored him as a God.
Now did what?
Now honored him as a God.
Now honored him as a God. Keep going.
Which was then a dead man.
Which was then what?
A dead man.
Listen, man, when somebody dies, this is what happens to a lot of people. Your grandma died. What do you say? Oh, I can feel it. Feel it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Listen, man. We all Judites in here. We know what we're talking about when it comes to this. You know, you feel your grandma's presence in the room. Listen, man. That woman is 6 feet in the ground, and she's not coming back alive. She's there in that ground. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day, maybe one day she'll be, regenerated as your granddaughter or something. I don't know. But my point is this: she definitely ain't alive, and she definitely ain't in the room. She's gone. You understand? And that's what happens. Like your dead grandma, she's got a picture on your wall. Ain't no problem with having family pictures on the wall. But what some of us do is we take that picture and we look at it and say, "Oh, that's my good." And kiss the damn picture. I know y'all have seen that. A lot of ISUPKites do that. You know what I'm saying? Or you had those you had them T-shirts. You put the goddamn person on the T-shirt, or you put it on the back of your car. R.I.P. this person. Don't do that. That's idolatry. You cannot listen. It's nothing wrong with giving honor to somebody's life. For instance, like a funeral. There's a proper way to have a funeral in Israel. There's a proper way to have a funeral where you get the oils and everything. You give them an honorable burial and all of that. But after that, you got just but a time to mourn, and that's it. And you're gonna have to get over it. But this type of thing, what you see here, is a father that sees his son die, and he puts him on a T-shirt, puts him on the back of his car, R.I.P. The nigga died 20 years ago, and you still got him on the back of that old dusty Chevrolet. You know what I'm saying? You still got him on there. You haven't let go of that boy yet. You pray to him. Y'all ever heard of that? I know y'all heard of that. You praying. I'm gonna use grandma because that's what every nigga use. Oh, listen, grandma net or whatever the hell. I know you can hear me. You on your knees praying to a dead person. That's how far this could go. You understand? Go ahead, you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna just say, what I'm saying, when it comes to things like that, I'm saying, honoring these dead people, as Judites, it's way too often where we feel like the person's in the room with us, or something small happens, like a light goes out. Oh, you in the room with me?
Yeah,
nigga, that's just the power.
Yeah,
the light bulb.
You need to change the goddamn light bulb, man. Pay your electric bill, or something.
Like that's just like, what I'm saying, or what other thing too. Listen, ghosts aren't real, man.
Right.
Ghosts aren't real. There's nothing in the room with you besides your imagination.
Right, you got schizophrenia. That's what you got.
That demon is strong on you right now. Because what had happened was not that you have put so much belief right into thinking this person is still around, you have allowed a demon to come in and now mess with your mind.
Right.
Now you're afraid of the dark. Now you're afraid to go use the bathroom at night.
Right. And in all actuality, that's perfect that you said that, because that's you likening those things to God. Like your demon is now your God now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you going to liken God to? Your grandma? You pray, you get on your knees and pray to your grandma. Try to talk to her. It's a song by Jamie Foxx. I think it's the Jamie Foxx song where he's talking about his mom that died. It might have been him. I don't want to bear false, but it might have been him, or it might have been another brother. But one of them singing brothers made a song about how his mother died, and he talks to her at night. Who the hell are you talking to? But that's my point. But people had that misconception in their brain, because when you pray to the Most High, right? We all understand that. You pray to the Most High in your head, right? And you don't really have a conversation with God. You just send up those prayers. What happens in the spiritual realm is you send up the prayers, right? So you pray, and an angel delivers it up unto the Most High. All right, that's how that happens. All right. Now, what you've done, what a lot of brothers have done and sisters have done, is now you're trying to pray to your grandmother. So you're likening your grandmother or your mom or your dad, or maybe it's your son that died, like we talking about here, or whatever the case. You're likening that thing to the Most High. The ghost that you're talking about, niggas believing in ghosts at 20, 30, 40 years old. These sisters, they be 80 years old, just terrified of the spiritual world and the ghosts and things like that. Like you said, ain't no such thing, but you are now giving yourself over to the fear of ghosts rather than the fear of the Most High.
Yes.
And that's why that whole ideology of ghosts is demonic. Goddamn things some them shows that they have with them.
Mediums, man. Listen. That is a wait. You should not listen to anybody that's telling you that your uncle that died 30 years ago is trying to talk to them and say something to you. All right, don't believe that. But you should run far away. So don't entertain it. So many times I seen those shows and they just stop like, oh, your uncle trying to talk to you like first off, why would my uncle want to talk to some random person to have you tell me something?
Right. Why are you just talking to me? You know.
Why you just leave a message before he died there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But not only that, but when you do things like that, now what you've done is that you stirred up these persons. The person might have gotten over the uncle dying.
Right.
Now all you done is stir up that imagination and that demon to come in and work more evil in that person.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's and listen, that's what people do, man. And the problem with that is, of course, it comes from Catholicism, and Catholicism comes from Egypt, and Egypt, everything that they believed in came from a nation before them. You know what I'm saying? So it stems from, like the scripture said, idolatry was the beginning of spiritual fornication. Spiritual fornication has been here since the beginning, anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're gonna have to let go of those things, and it's so hard for people to let go of those things because everything to them has to be spooky.
Yeah.
Everything got to be spooky, and we can't do that, because then what that does is that lowers the amount of honor in your mind that the Most High has, and then it gives everything else credence. Like, you know, and that's why you got to be real careful with that thing. You're gonna say something?
A great example, you know, what I'm saying of this of the idolatry of a dead person, you know, is Nebuchadnezzar.
Mm.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he passed away. You know, after being married to his mom.
I think you might be talking about Nimrod.
Nimrod. It's like I know one of the
So all of them devils, yeah, whatever.
And Nimrod, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, she made it so spooky for her people,
right?
To where, like, you know, you gotta put this present under this tree, and if you don't, my son's gonna come back from the grave and kill you.
Mm-hmm. These cats believe that because they were so afraid of Nimrod. We about to read about it real quick. Give me let me see. Give me 15 again.
Okay. Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, he hath made an image of his child soon taken away. Mm-hmm. Now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Now this is what that's Christmas. I'll explain. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 16. Thus, in process of time,
after some time goes by, it might not have been like this originally, but as time goes by, keep going.
An ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
Kept as a what?
As a law.
Yeah, that's why December 25th is a national holiday. And I mean, you can find that all, you know, it's not just here, it's everywhere. It's not just America, it's all over the entire earth, right? That ungodly custom was kept as a law. Why? Because of the untimely death of Nimrod. We're talking about Christmas. You understand? Because he died younger than his mother, right? Once again, like I said earlier, you know, a mother is supposed to die before their son.
Yeah.
Right? The son's supposed to outlive the mother, but Nimrod died. And so what did this bitch do? She said, okay, well, he died and he's my God. Right? Because they were having sex and all of it was disgusting, you know. But point being is, and everybody else reverenced him as a god too. Everybody else at that time reverenced Nimrod as a god. So what did they do? They reverenced him as a god too after he died. So what happened was, like you were saying, Nimrod's mother / wife put a evergreen tree up, one of them evergreen trees, and you know, planted that thing, and that thing grew up, and that was supposed to be Nimrod growing back up. Right, when you do the history on it, right? Was growing back up. Was growing up. Remember how Nimrod put you to death if you didn't serve him? Okay, well, if you don't put gifts under this tree for Nimrod, he's going to put you to death still, even though he's dead and this tree now. Like that's the ridiculousness of idolatry. But the problem is, you're going to fall for it. You know how I know? Because billions of people celebrate Christmas and do not know anything about Nimrod. Some of them do, but most of them, billions of people, do not know anything about Nimrod. And that's because whatever the white man tells you to do, you just do it. You don't ask any questions. For a lot of y'all, the white man is your idol. That's your idol. Because you'll do whatever because now this, once again, an idol is anything that you put above God or put on an equal with playing field with God. You take the commandment of you take the commandment of the white man. That's what you do. You do whatever he tells you, you do it without asking. That's what you should do with the Most High. The Most High told me not to eat pork. I'm not asking no questions. I don't need to know why. I don't need to know why he told me that I can't eat horse meat. You understand? Or why I can't have eel. I don't need to know any of those things. I don't need to know why he doesn't want me to have sex with white women. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know why it's a must and a commandment that we celebrate the Passover. I don't need to know why. I'm just going to do it. That's how it should be with the Most High. But the problem is most people have taken that same thing and did it with the white man. So now the white man tells you celebrate Christmas. Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Presents and, things like that. Time off of work. Absolutely. I'll take that. Celebrate the 4th of July. Yeah, sure. I done forgot that my people was enslaved in 1776, but yeah, I'll celebrate it. They tell you to celebrate Easter. Nigga, do you realize that as a child, you really believe that bunnies lay eggs? You start to really think like bunnies lay eggs. When you understand? When they're mammals. Mammals don't lay eggs. You understand? But my point is, like, you just do whatever they tell you to do. Even as an adult, you grow up into an adult. Easter's coming up. That's why I'm harping on it. As an adult, you don't even question like why there's eggs with bunnies. You don't realize that comes from a Greek goddess named Ishtar, and that Greek goddess comes from an even more ancient goddess, the goddess of fertility. Like, you don't realize that? You know what I'm saying? But you don't care. You don't understand and you don't care because you'll do whatever the white man tells you because he's your God. That's your idol. You want to say something?
If when you do bring it to people, you'll get maybe a couple rebuttals. Well, this is what we do, what we've been doing. Mm-hmm. Or you get, it's just fun time for the kids.
Mm-hmm. It's because them kids are idol.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell your son no.
Right.
Is that hard to tell your kids no?
That's tough. That's a rough one.
You want that love no more. Listen, your kids are gonna grow up anyway. They're not gonna spend less time with you as they get older. Trust me, I got a 13-year-old right now. Like that nigga, like I'm saying, just to spend time with him. Like sometimes he's like, Dad, I just want to shut the house and do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So at one point, your kids are gonna grow apart from you anyway. Right? They're gonna grow. They're gonna do their own thing. So why are you bowing to no? I says no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Don't make your children, don't make the love for your children get you on the backside of the Most High.
Yeah, I got a precept for that. It's a lock it. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 33 and verse 19. It says, "Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest." Like, you cannot allow your children to have power over you. You can't. You read the next verse, verse 20, it says, "As long as thou livest and hast breath in thee, give not thyself over to any." You cannot give yourself over to any goddamn body. Whether it's your kid, your wife, your mother, any goddamn, I don't care who it is. If whatever they're doing is causing you to go against the Most High, you're going to have to give them up straight like that. That's why Christ said, "I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword, division. For the father's going to go against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, daughter against mother." You understand? So on and so forth. That's what Christ came to do, because what Christ understood and what the Most High understands is that you will allow your son to bring you into idolatry. And that's why, verse 21, for better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy. That's what you're going to have to understand that. It's better that your children do what you want to do than for you to stand to their courtesy. And if they don't want to do what you want to do, if they don't want to serve God, if they don't want to do any of those things, they don't want to keep the Passover, they want to keep Easter. It's better that they break off from you and you keep your honor than for you to bend to their courtesy. You understand? The next verse says this, and this is the last video. You got a precept?
No, sir.
Okay. This is the last verse I wanted to read on here, right? It says, verse 22, it says, in all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thine honor. And that's extremely important. You look like a goddamn coward letting your children run you around for Easter, for Christmas. Oh my God, how much money you spend on them brats that deserve nothing at all. But you're going to spend all your money on them brats that don't deserve anything because the white man told you to.
Because you dare not question it.
Yeah, don't question it at all. I'll tell you, I'll give you the whole history in 60 seconds on Christmas, and I'll explain how evil and disgusting it is. I'll bring up Saturnalia and all of that in 60 seconds, and you still won't care.
People, this is the one that I just hate the most. You know what I'm saying is, we know that's what it meant back then, but this is now. Listen, there's that saying, right? Excuse my language, preemptively, right? Shit is still shit, even if you put pretty sprinkles on it. All right, shit is still shit. It don't matter how many nice little pretty sprinkles, glitter with some gold on there, put some gold glitter dust on there, and everything. It's still shit. All right, it don't matter how nice you made it look. That is what it is. Christmas is what it is. It's Saturnalia is all these pagan evil holidays. Just because they put a nice little coat and they got a good PR team, right, don't make it anything better. Right. It is still the same thing it was when it was first created.
That's the point. That's man. You know how many times I've had these conversations with Christians about they know a lot of these Christians, they study. They know the history of these holidays. They don't give a damn. They don't care. Excuse me, and that's the point. And that's the point. They don't give a goddamn. They don't give a damn at all. Matter of fact, we can get back in Isaiah the 40th chapter. I know we're gonna run a little bit over. We started a little late though, so all right. So we're gonna read. You know what? Let me see.
It's just at 21.
Give me the book of Habakkuk.
Habakkuk?
Yeah, shut up. All right. Give me the book of Habakkuk. I need the dumb stone in Habakkuk. 19. So Habakkuk 2 and 19.
Okay. Like the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 19. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake.
Now remember, we just read in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. You got some that they're going to kiss that rosary when they need salvation or say being saved from a situation. They're going to kiss that thing, and so what they're doing is they're calling upon that piece of wood to save them. But it says, what unto him?
Woe unto him.
Woe unto him. Woe, W-O-E, which means destruction in Old Quaker English. Destruction unto him, meaning that wood is not going to help keep on. And it's not going to wake up. It's a piece of wood. It's dead. Keep going.
To the dumb stone, arise.
To the what?
To the dumb stone.
Mm-hmm, that dumb stone that all of these Muslims, they claim they don't worship. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. I got the sewer right here.
If I can real quick, to say you don't worship, but then make a so-called pilgrimage to walk around it. That is worship. That's what you're worshiping. You're worshiping then you're gonna go and kiss it. Then you're gonna get whatever. Then you're gonna whatever. What's that one? Herpes or whatever. From kissing that stone that everybody didn't put their mouth on. That nobody cleans.
Right. Nigga, it's like a damn. I hate to. I'm not gonna call it that, Salakia. I want to say something real disrespectful, but I don't even want to. I don't even want to say it, Salakia. For the sake of YouTube and for the sake of Facebook, so we don't get flagged. All right. But you're gay if you kiss that rock. That's all. That's the one thing I will say. All right. Surah 2, which is Surah Al-Baqarah, or the cow. And then Ayah 125 says, remember, we made the house a place of assembly for men and a place of safety, and take ye the station of Abraham as a place of prayer. And we covenanted with Abraham and Ishmael that they should sanctify my house for those who come pass it round or use it as a retreat or bow or prostrate themselves therein in prayer. These Muslims will tell you that they do not worship or serve that rock. But this very expressly just said what? This is a place of prayer. You're supposed to bow to it, and you're supposed to come pass it around. It's a whole ritual behind that garbage. The problem is you're worshiping that stone, thinking God lives in there. That's what that ayah just said in the Quran. That's what that just said. You gotta worship that thing, because God lives in there. Well, what did the Bible say? It says what? Start from the top.
Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach.
Yeah, woe unto them that bow to that goddamn stone. You got to walk around it 7 times and then bow in front of it and kiss the goddamn thing. You're gay. And not only are you gay, but you're dumb as hell. Just like the stone that you worship. Keep going.
Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver.
Now, I want y'all to understand something real quick. How do you spell that shit? Kaaba? How do you say Kaaba?
I don't even know.
I'm going to show y'all something on here. Hey, look at that thing. I mean, goddamn. All right, I'm going to share this thing with you.
Right here.
I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah. All right, let's see if y'all can see this online. All right. All right, check that out. Check that thing out. Read that again. That second half of that verse.
Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver.
Now, what do you see right here? That's what you see. You see gold and silver. That's what you see right there. That's what that thing is. That's what this Bible is talking about. This Bible knows what it's talking about sometimes. You understand? But keep going.
And there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
There's no breath in that thing. There's no breath in that thing. That thing right there is it's a piece of garbage. It's something that when Christ returns, that thing is going to be obliterated. It's going to be destroyed. That's all. That's all it is. It's not worth a goddamn thing. There's no breath in it at all. I could go pick up a rock outside and it'd be more holy than that thing right there. I'm serious. I go get one of these rocks that dogs have pissed on and everything, and it'd be more holy than that because the priest touched it. That's garbage. That rock right there that y'all serve, that's garbage. You understand? But that's what this says. It said to the dumb, woe unto him that said to the dumb stone, arise and shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, just like this, but there's no breath at all. But you would rather serve that than God. Listen, you got to be careful, man, when you're serving the Most High. I mean, excuse me, when you're serving things that are outside of the Most High, because the Lord is going to deal with you for that. And so I'm listening. Like I said, it ain't got to be the stone. It could be anything. Whatever you decide you're going to put in front of the Most High will just kill you for that, right? Keep going.
Verse 20. But the Lord is in his holy temple.
So the Lord is in his holy temple. But you read in the Quran in Surah 2 and 134, it said what? It said that the Lord is in that rock. That's what they said. The Lord is not in that rock. And God don't want you putting your filthy herpes infested lips on him. You understand?
Right.
Just like that, like you just brought it out. There was a whole what do you call that? Outbreak of herpes in that area because they was going and kissing that rock, and then somebody with herpes gonna kiss that rock. Now you kissing the rock, getting the herpes. I should show you the Lord ain't with that. I ain't never got herpes from serving God.
Right.
So God ain't never gave me an STD. You understand? But Allah gave you niggas STDs. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Right? Let's get back to Isaiah 40. I did want to bring that out because you got to take some jazz at them Islam cats.
Oh, God.
But Isaiah 40 and verse
21.
21. Go ahead.
Okay, the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 21. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Have it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth?
Right. Listen, man. This is calling you stupid, and that's what you really are. It's calling you dumb. Scoot this way just a little bit. It's calling you dumb, right? Because it's saying, have you not known? Have you not heard? Like, don't you know about all of the things that the Most High has done for the children of Israel? Like, don't we read in this Bible about how the Most High killed entire nations for us, dragged us out of captivities, kept brothers alive in a furnace that was too hot to even stand next to?
Right.
Like, saved out of a den full of hungry lions, starved lions? You read all about that. You know all about that. And you claim you believe it, but you still serve other gods. That cat that Captain Tazaryak debated, this nigga, man, is bugged out. What is his name? Malik Zulu Shabazz? Listen, he claims he believes in God, and he claims he believes in the Bible. He's quoting Hosea 4:6, right? He's quoting Ezekiel when he's talking about the valley of dry bones. He's quoting all through the Bible, but he still wants to be in Islam. This cat came in one of them. Y'all saw the garment that I don't even call it a garment, but you saw that thing he was wearing. You know those things. They got the square-headed top things, and then you got the robe, a little bath robe, and all that Egyptian garbage. Listen, that's this. It's the question that should be asked to him. This question is posed to him. Don't you know that I slaughtered the Egyptians?
Right.
You say you believe in this Bible. You say that you believe Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. But you're going to come in Egyptian garb and claim that Africa is to be trusted more than the Bible. And you're quoting out of the Bible, the same Bible that it's documented right here that the Most High slaughtered millions of Egyptians. Come on, man. That's what this is talking about. Go ahead. You gonna say something?
And like his belief in those idols, right? That's like the Bible says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Right. You know what I'm saying? He can't even properly defend his point, which is not to trust the Bible, but then use biblical scriptures.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of mindset that idolatry puts on you, man. Like, you're not really stable in your thought process. You know what I'm saying? You're not. I'm saying what's the what we're looking for? You're not qualified to debate anybody, right? About any kind of belief, especially when you can even stick to your own belief system. Right. You're supposed to represent Islam. You're supposed to be a Muslim, but you want to love all of Africa, right? Even when there's information and proof brought to you, showing how there's different ethnic groups, different languages, different cultures, thousands, hundreds of them in Africa, that you got to pick from one. There's like 40, 50 just off the West Coast alone. Right. That's that people want to go. Our people want to go so much back into. Right. So you got to pick from there, and that just show that these people fight against each other. You still want to talk about we have to trust all of Africa, right? When you're showing that they haven't done nothing for our people at all.
And that's who you want to put on God. Like you want to give them the glory that should be given unto the Most High. Right. Like you're likening those African, like you cast to believe that we're African and we should be with Africa. Like you're likening Africans to the Most High. The problem is you're dumb as hell for doing that because the Africans have done nothing for us. The Most High has done everything for us. Huh. And that's the problem. Like the problem is we can read. That's why this scripture just said that one of the. It's just a clear cut. Have you not known? Have you not heard? Have it not been told you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? This record gives us everything that we need to know, and it shows us what the Most High has done for us. The Most High delivered us out of the hands of the Egyptians, delivered us out of the hands of the Assyrians, delivered us out of the hands of the Babylonians, delivered us in the time of the Maccabees. All of these things are all in these records, and we know them to be true. You can get outside of this. Outside of this Bible, you can go back and you can prove those captivities we were saved out of. We should trust in the power that did those things for us. When you say that we should trust in we should trust in Africa, you have to show me what Africa's done for us. You're going to have to show me that, and then maybe I can trust in Africa. But the problem is you can't show me anything that Africa's done for us. The brothers in the 1800s went over to Liberia, and what happened? They were getting raped. You understand? I mean, y'all understand that. Y'all understand what happened in Liberia when brothers tried to go back to Israel and go to Dimona. What happened to them? They had to, for one, they had to, in order to do that, they had to fight in the Jewish military. You understand? All of those, like you can't try to associate the Most High with any of these other nations. You can't. They tried to associate the Jewish man with the Most High when they did that. They tried this, like I said, the brothers in Liberia, they tried to associate Liberia or the Africans with the Most High. You can't do that. They're not going to save you. And I'm gonna give you 1 second. But all you cats that want to go to Ghana, I got to bring that out because land is cheap in Ghana right now. That's what they say. And it is. It absolutely is. You're going to go to Ghana and they're going to make a mockery of you. They want your money. I don't know if you know that or not, but they want your money because they know that they're not you. And they know that you think that you are them. So you're going to spend all your money trying to be African, and they're going to take that money. And they're going to call you brother. They're going to do all of that. They're going to do all of that. Just to do the same thing that they did back in the 1600s. Give you over to your enemy. You gonna say something?
I was gonna read the story, some years ago, a sister, she wanted to connect to her so-called African roots. She wanted to go back to the so-called motherland. She went back there, bought some land, and those stinking Hamites killed her for that land.
God damn.
We are not them. Just because you are dark skinned, they're dark skinned don't mean we're the same people. Just because you might say, so I don't know if you know, but everybody on this planet share a little bit of similar features, man. Right. like your phenotype isn't, do certain people have more similar phenotypes that they like to put? Yeah. But guess what? Somebody else from another country can have those same phenotypes. that don't make you those people. That's the case. We should be the same people as the East Indians because they're getting dark skinned too.
Yeah, they got some dark skinned East Indians.
I met some East Indians and Arabs darker than me. But so because we got enough skin tone, we should be the same. But you don't call them brothers though.
Right. Yeah, you know the difference. People know the difference. The problem is, once again, your God is the white man, and he told you that you're African. That's what he did. He told you you're African, and you're going to believe him over the Most High. The Most High told you you're the children of Israel. Like, that's the most ridiculous thing in the entire earth. Like, you like the Most High tells you that you're above all nations, and you want to be the scum of the earth because the white man told you that you're African. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing to see what the Most High is he's pleading with us, trying to get us to come back to him. And you want to be the nation he hates. Zephaniah 2:12. Ye Ethiopians also shall be destroyed or be slain with my sword, I believe it says. Listen, but you want to be them. You want to be the nations that the Most High. Verse 17 in the same chapter, Isaiah 40:17 says, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. You want to be that, but the Most High told you in Deuteronomy 7:6 that you're above all nations.
But like this, I thought God loved everybody.
God hates everybody besides the Israelites. Right. That's what the Bible says. Right. You want to be the nations that God hates. God damn. And the Most High is just trying to get you to understand that you're his children. Like, that's a terrible thing. That's like, man, that's a terrible thing. I ain't gonna go into the analogy that I want to go into for lack of time, but that's such a terrible thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, the white man is like the baby mama that took you away from your father and is hiding you from your father. That's what the white man is like, and he's doing it. He's absolutely keeping you from your daddy. No, that's not your daddy. You know, he ain't no good no way. No, I don't know him. He's just somebody else. You know, you do what I tell you to do. I'm the one that raised you, right? That's what the white man tell you. I'm the one that raised you. I know what's best for you. That's the life that you're living. The white man is your God, and you're gonna have to stop that. That's the idolatry that you're partaking in. You gonna say something?
No, I say no.
All right, let's keep reading.
Come on.
I'm not gonna get through half of what I had planned for today. But go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth.
That's the Most High, man. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. The earth is his footstool. What do you look like worshiping something inside of this thing? What do you look like worshiping anything in here that's tangible? It's retarded for you to even try to do, because the Most High sits upon the circle of the earth. Go ahead.
And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers.
Man, listen. I stomped on a grasshopper the other day. I don't like them types of bugs, man. So like things be flying and you get close to your ear and you hear them. And I don't like that, so I stomped on that thing. Point being, so like they tried to come into the school, man. I don't know what to tell you. But point being, right? That's like the Most High. The Most High, his footstool is the earth, and the entire habitation thereof is like grasshoppers. You know, the Most High could just do this, and that's it. You're done. You're done for it. That's the type of power that we're dealing with. So why in the hell would you worship anything outside of that? Keep going.
Just that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them as a tent to dwell in.
Give me Psalm 102. Psalms 102nd chapter. So Psalms 102 and 25. This is a prayer from David. David is praying unto the Most High, right? This is what David said unto the Most High, right? 25.
The book of Psalms 102. Book of Psalms 102, verse 25. Mm-hmm. Of old hast thou laid the foundation of the earth.
So it says, of old hast thou laid the foundations of the earth. We all understand the Most High was here before everything. Right. And he laid the foundations, him and his angels. He created the angels, created Christ, and had them to build everything you see. Like people go, you know, these astronomers, what do you call it? Astrologers. The astrologers that study the heavens and study the space and this, that, and the third. All of them galaxies that you find in. For anybody that wants to know if they're real, yeah, they're real. Planets are real, all of that. There's some fake Israelite group that says that planets are not real. They're just stars. That's not true. We all understand what a star is. A star is a ball of gas. A planet is a very solid rock-like foundation. Planets are real. Galaxies are real. All them things that they be showing you, for the most part, all of them things is real. And God created all of it. Keep going.
And the heavens are the work of thy hands.
Right. The Most High created the heavens, which I just said, right? Talking about those galaxies that you find, all of that. That is the work of the Most High. And for y'all to say that that's fake and the earth is flat and this, that, and the third, you are negating the work of the Most High. You understand? And that once again goes to show that the white man is your God. Why do I say that? Because some white man on YouTube told you the earth was flat. Some white man on YouTube told you that those galaxies out there are fake, the stars and all of that is fake. Well, listen, man, that's your God, because you're now saying you're going to listen to him instead of the Most High. Didn't we just read that the Most High sits on the circle of the earth? The earth is a globe, man. It's a thing. I don't know what to tell y'all. Right? You gonna say something?
I don't know if you guys are aware, but science comes from the Most High.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm saying he like the Most High, make sure that there was gravity to keep us on this thing.
Well, gravity don't exist though.
Yeah.
The flat Earth cats, they don't believe in gravity. Y'all don't understand. I used to listen. I'm. This is a confession. Before the truth, I used to believe that the Earth was flat. I was watching all of the goddamn videos and this, that, and the third. And this should show you, like, that's the wonders of the Most High, and that's the grace of the Most High, because I was really in that. I was really like, man, the earth is flat. I was like, well, nobody could tell me. Even my own eyes, I couldn't believe it, because I remember I've flown on planes before several times, and I've gotten high up. One time I went a real long distance, and we had to get real high up. I think we got like 45,000 feet up. It was real high. And I saw the curvature of the earth. And when I was studying the whole flat earth thing, I was like, man, my eyes must have been deceiving me. Because no, you too well. But that's how bad they can get. You understand? So my point is, when I came into the truth, I understood that no, that's not the case. You understand? But
there's a particular I think there's a group out there that does teach that the earth is flat, and
who teaches that?
That's the car.
They teach the earth is flat?
They teach the earth is flat.
Nah, they don't.
Yeah.
I know they teach that there's no such thing as planets. Like I know they teach that that there's no other planets. Those are like something else. But I didn't know they taught the earth was flat.
Yeah,
Alazar,
that
nigga said the earth is flat.
He come out and say, like,
you're not bearing false witness, are you?
I saw the video myself, so I'm not bearing
God
false witness.
damn.
Because
lock it.
Wait, let me put it like you said, like the firmament is a dome, and like, and he went to start playing, like, a ball couldn't hold a flood.
Oh,
so
God damn.
So
I ain't know that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. This video I saw like maybe 3-4 years ago.
God damn, them niggas think the earth is flat. Like, you can't. Well, I mean, I'm acting surprised. I really shouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, if you're not in the truth, which is the ISUPK, then I mean, you're subject to come up with any type of explanation for anything. You might just think it's okay to rape women and children. So, luckily for for us, the Most High is with the ISUPK, and we would never teach any of that garbage. That's ridiculous. Like, I didn't know that. That's stunning.
God, yeah.
Wow. It's all over the Bible. I don't know what to tell you. But point being, right, so this is what we got to understand. The reason why I'm bringing these things out is this, because we're talking about idolatry. And the problem is with so many people, they don't give the respect that the Most High is due. They don't. They don't give that due respect to the Most High. They attribute it unto other things. And so that's why we're reading this, where David is saying unto the Most High, of old hast thou laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of thy hands. Keep going.
Come. Verse 26. They shall perish.
Heaven and earth can go away. Keep going.
But thou shalt endure.
But what?
But thou shalt endure.
Yeah, the Most High is going to endure forever. He can destroy all of this. Like that Big Bang that we learned in school, that was the most. That's true. That's absolutely true. For anybody that's wondering, the Big Bang is an absolutely real theory. It absolutely happened. Genesis, the 1st and 2nd chapter, explains how that happened. Or the 1st chapter of Genesis explains the Big Bang. That's God. Don't attribute that to some white man telling you, no, you should have went to the Bible and saw that. You gonna say something?
Like, if I could, sir. Christians and evolutionists, they don't understand that the Big Bang was when the Most High God said, "Let there be light."
Basically, yeah.
That if it just, and these two things, like they go together so well. It's like you can't even get away from "Let there be light" when it has nothing to do with evolution. It means that the Creator wanted something to happen. He gave an order,
yeah,
and it happened.
And that's who you should serve. Like, we can go and we can look at it. Like, that's who you should serve. You should serve the one that did these things, not the one. Like, you're serving. That's why when you go into the scriptures say, I can't remember what book it is in the New Testament, but it says who made the truth into a lie, and that we should worship the creation rather than the Creator.
Right.
That's what we've been doing. Like, that's that idolatry, because we're worshiping, wood and stone. And once again, you're worshiping your family members that are telling you not to be in the truth, or telling you to do things that you shouldn't be doing, or keeping you in sin. You're worshiping that, which is what the Most High created, but you're not worshiping the Most High, right? So let's see. Hold on, real quick. What do I want? Yeah. And that's so right here, right? Genesis 1:1, it says, in the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. What is this talking about? It's talking about the fact that nothing was there. Right. If you can't even imagine nothing. You can't even just imagine black. It's not like that. Nothing is nothing at all. Darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters, which is that space. And the Most High said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And that was the creation, that Big Bang that everybody talks about. That was what that was. And then we could keep, of course, that's not with this class. We can this whole thing all, and we can show the different steps. We can show the earth. We can show the earth in its gaseous state. We can show that, and we can see the Most High turn it from a gaseous state to a solid state. We can show all of that just in the book of Genesis. Now, why in the hell would you worship anything outside of that? Why? I don't understand it. I don't get it. And that's what you're gonna have to get into that same mindset. I don't know how to serve anything other than the Most High anymore. Put that in your brain. You gonna say something?
I want to get that precept real quick. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator,
right?
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Yeah, right. And then that's the point. You're serving the creature. You're serving your wife because she don't want you to come to this Israelite group because you can have more than one wife. She don't want you to come here because you gotta go to camp every Saturday. You gotta be in class every day, and you gotta go to camp on Saturday. She don't get enough time. You're gonna lead the truth because of her. Your son, your daughter, you're gonna lead the truth because of them, because they want to celebrate Christmas. They hate you now because you don't give them gifts on December 25th. You understand? That's the type of battle that you got to fight. And you're going to have to worship the creator and not the creation. You're going to have to decide, listen, I don't give a damn what my son wants if it's against the Most High. Right. I don't care. So be honest with you, you got to be in that same. He can run away. He can listen. I go to sleep sometimes. Unlock that door and get the hell out of my house. Then sneak out and leave. You can do that. You hate me so goddamn much, and you can just find out the hard way. Just like the Most High allowed us to find out the hard way, you can get the hell out of my house. And you can go and find out what it's like to serve Christmas. You can find out the curses that are associated with that. I'm being serious. I'll tell anybody that. You can get the hell up out of here.
Okay. If I could continue to the next verse on that one.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's scriptural. Listen, you don't want to serve the Most High. You should get out. You should leave. You should go leave, and you should find out what it's like to not be under the Most High's protection, like Psalms 91 says. You should find out. Honestly. And then you'll come. What you'll do? If you can make it back. If you can make it back, you'll come back. That's only if you can make it back. The Lord might, he might take you out. My point in all of that is this, though. You should never put anything above the Most High, because you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, okay, with Ezekiel, we all understand that the Most High killed Ezekiel's wife, right? Gave her a stroke. Why? What did the Most High call Ezekiel's wife? You gotta tell me what did the Most High call Ezekiel's wife? Because that's going to explain to you why the Most High killed Ezekiel's wife. It didn't call him his idol. It called her his idol. And this is going to show you. This is going to show you exactly. Matter of fact, let's pull that precept, because I think that's good to close off this class with. It's in the book of Ezekiel. Give me 1 second. It's in Ezekiel. 24. Ezekiel 24. All right, so Ezekiel 24th chapter. Let's see, hold on. I need the specific verse when it talks about I'm taking the desire of thine eye. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Y'all gotta help me out.
Before verse 16.
Yeah, it would be before verse 16. I'm trying to figure out exactly what verse it is, though. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm tripping. It is verse 16. All right, read verse 16 if you could.
I got in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24, verse 16. Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes.
He takes away from him what?
The desire of thine eyes.
So who is it talking about?
His wife.
Why is he taking away the desire of his eyes? Why is he taking away his wife?
Time where he didn't want to do the work.
It ain't necessarily that.
He put his wife before the Most High.
Yeah, why does it say? Why it says, "I take away the desire of thine eyes." Go ahead.
Because him being so spiritually attached to his woman, he couldn't even see what the Most High wanted him to do.
For the most part, right? When it says the desire of thine eyes, your woman shouldn't be the desire of your eyes above the Most High. Like the Most High should be the desire, your desire. You understand? And that's what happened. So the Most High killed his wife. Go ahead.
Come. With a stroke.
With a stroke. That's how she died. Keep going.
Yet neither shalt thou mourn nor weep. Neither shall their tears run down.
And so the Most High killed his wife and said, no, you're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to cry because I killed your wife because you were making her an idol. She was the desire of your eyes when the desire should have been the Most High and the work of the Most High. I'll give you another example, right? Because what does it say? It says, neither shalt thou mourn nor weep, neither shall tears run down. All right? I'm going to show y'all something else. I'm going to show you another instance of this happening. Let me see. I don't know where exactly it is. One second. Somewhere over here. I think I need... Let's see. I'm going to look it up. One second. I'm going to get one more example of this. I'm looking for Nadab. Let me see. Let's see real quick. Let's see if I can find it. I'm looking for Aaron's sons when they died. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Right here. Yep. All right. So give me Leviticus 10:1. I'm gonna show y'all something. And this is the mindset that you got to have. So before we read this, I want y'all to understand that the theme of what we just talked about with Ezekiel and his wife is when the Most High killed Ezekiel's wife, the Most High said what? He said, don't mourn her. Don't mourn, don't weep, don't cry. Now, there better not even be a tear that comes down your face. That's harsh, it sounds like. Because this is your woman, and this woman was the desire of Ezekiel's eyes. He shouldn't have done that. And that should kind of tell y'all, you should not you might love your kids so much that the Most High kills them. You love your kids so much that you have to celebrate Christmas for them. You make them an idol unto you. The Most High might just kill them. He might just make sure that he might take them away with a stroke, and he might tell you, you better not cry. Let's see another somewhat of an instance of that, right? Give me Leviticus 10:1.
Just book of Leviticus, chapter 10, verse 1. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offer strange fire before the Lord. They offer what? Strange fire before the Lord.
Listen, man, they say just like how we have the frankincense and myrrh burning in our censer, and that's always been a custom. That was the custom back then. The problem is these two brothers did what? They put strange fire. They offered strange fire before the Lord, right? Keep going.
Which he commanded them not.
Which this should just, side note, you should never burn sage in your house. Like, what I mean by sage is like when you got them bundles of sage and you light it on fire and you come in, what do they call it?
Like cleansing?
Yeah, but it's cleansing, but they call it, there's a word that they got for it. It's like muff or some garbage. I forget what it's called. Something like that. I can't remember what it is. But point being is they go through and they cleanse it with the sage. Never do that. The Lord will kill you for that. Right? We're gonna find out. Keep going.
Verse 2. And there went out a fire. There went out fire from the Lord and devoured them.
And did what?
And devoured
The
them.
Most High killed them because they offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. There are only a couple of things which the Most High wants you to offer unto him. That frankincense and myrrh, that's supposed to be burning on that censer. And that's good. It smells good and everything. But if you decide that you're going to offer something else unto the Most High, or burn something else in the Most High's name to cleanse your house or whatever the case, the Lord will do this to you. And just like you read in the book of Ecclesiastes, it may not happen immediately. A smudging, that's what it's called.
Okay.
That's what it's called. Yeah, they call it smudging when you take the sage.
You're gonna go through your whole house.
Yeah, and go through the house and cleanse it of the spirits. If you do that, you are committing an abomination unto the Most High, and he'll kill you. And like you said earlier, it might not happen right away. And then you'll keep doing it. And the Lord will allow them sins to pile up, and then you'll be destroyed one day. You'll be destroyed. Right. And so now, this is Aaron's children that got killed. Give me verse 6.
Verse 6. And Moses said unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar, his sons, uncover not your heads.
He said, uncover not your heads. Go ahead.
Neither rend your clothes.
Keep going.
Lest ye die.
Lest ye what?
Lest ye die.
One more time.
Lest ye die.
This is Moses telling Aaron and his sons, you're not allowed to mourn for them wicked bastards. You're not allowed to. Yeah, they're your sons. I understand that. They're your brothers. I understand that. But they did something that was worthy of death, and they died for it. You're not allowed to mourn for them. And if you do decide that you want to mourn for them, you're going to die just like them. Keep going.
And lest wrath come upon all the people, but let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which the Lord hath kindled.
See, anybody else can mourn them. Yeah, some kids that died, but you're not allowed to mourn them. What should this show you based off of what we just, what this whole class is about? What should this show you? Anybody that is not with the Most High, you shouldn't be with either. So if your wife is against the Most High, you can't do the things that she does. Can you leave her? Absolutely not. You understand? She gonna have to leave you. She gonna have to whore on you for you to get away from that dragon. But you can't leave her. But what you can do is make sure that you never do the things that she does. You understand? You can never do. She wants to celebrate Christmas. You tell her no. She wants to do it anyway. She can celebrate Christmas and she can die for it. And when it's time for her to die, you can't cry. You understand? When it's time for her to die for her wickedness that she committed, you're gonna have to understand that was judgment from the Most High. What you have to do, just like the Bible says, is you have to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what you're gonna have to do. Your children don't want to listen to you about the Christmas thing, and they got some bitch of a mom that they stay with, and they want to celebrate Christmas. You've done all that you can do. Ezekiel the 33rd chapter tells you blow that horn, right? You sound that alarm off, and you tell them the truth, and they don't want to listen. The blood will be on their hands, but you'll have wiped your hands clean because you've done your job. That's what you got to do. You understand? But what you cannot allow yourself to do is allow them to draw you into the sin that they're in. If you allow them to do that, you've now made them your idol. You've put them above God. And that's a scary thing to do. We can see what that has done for many people in the course of history, right? You was going to say something? I think we really need to close out. I'm just going to get one more scripture, I think. I have one more lined up.
If I can, just real quick, going into mourning, for those, especially when it comes to your kids, man. Listen, don't sit up here and think that we're telling you this because we don't want you to not love your child, your children, right? Mm-hmm. It is you love your children more when you tell them to serve the Most High.
That's right.
Versus keeping them in sin. listen, if they live with their mother, their mother's still in that wickedness. Listen, you've already said something like the priest Proc already said. Listen, you done your part. You done all that you can do. The next part that you can possibly do is take it to court. You know what I'm saying? Get custody of those children. But you got to understand that they're going to get older, right? They don't have a choice to make when they get older. Either they can serve the Most High, or they're going to go about their own way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you try the right way, they'll follow after your footsteps in this truth.
Damn right.
Listen, but some kids, some people just never will.
That's what the scriptures say: train up a child in the way he should go, and when he gets older, he'll not depart from it.
So you got to just kind of it's hard. Trust me, it ain't. We're not telling you as if it's something easy to do.
Right.
This is hard. But listen, but you have to put that behind you. You have to put all that hardness behind you and stand up for the Most High. The Most High, his what he says, his words, his law, such commandments comes before everything else.
That's right.
Even before your children, your wife, like Christ said, like if you put your father, your mother, your wife, your kids before him, you are not worthy of him.
That's right. That's an excellent precept.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, like say here, you know what I'm saying? Girdle up your loins, man. Come here, learn how to be real, man. Learn how to say no to your wife and kids. It'll be helpful for you and them in the long run. That's all I gotta say.
No, you damn right on that. And really what brothers and sisters should take away from that is just the fact that if you do that, like you could save your soul alive, like the scripture said. Like if you can allow yourself to stand on your ground and stand on the Most High, which should be your foundation, then you'll save yourself. But if you decide that you're going to put, what they say, what your family says, what your kids want, what your family wants, above what the Most High wants, you're going to die. You understand? Because that's that spiritual fornication. That's that idolatry that we're talking about. So really, I was going to get another scripture, but I know we kind of running way over. It's already about 12:30. Really, what I want everybody to understand, from this Sabbath service class is this. It's not, idolatry is not just picking up a stone or picking up a cross or whatever and worshiping it. That's not all that idolatry is. Can it be those things? Absolutely. But idolatry can, once again, look like you putting anything above the Most High. And if you decide that you're going to, once again, you can put yourself above the Most High. Whatever it is, if you put it above the Most High, that's idolatry. And the Lord said that he's going to kill you for that. And that's a terrible thing. So you want to make sure that you save your soul like the scriptures say, right? Just like Moses said, I present before heaven and earth, right? Life and death. And he told you to choose life that you may live and that your sons may live and your daughters may live.
Okay.
Be fruitful in the land. And if you don't do that, you're going to get yourself and everybody around you killed. That's what we just read, ain't it? That's what we just read. You're going to get yourself and everybody around you killed because you wanted to serve something other than the Most High. All right. Yes, something you wanted to add up?
That's all right. I'm good.
All right. We roll out then. This man up here, I might you.
Amayum, Bapanya, Hakudan, we stand and face the east. All right, we'll start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayah, Kodash, Hayah, Shemkah, Yahweh, Malafatkah, Taba'ah, Watazakah, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayu, Nathanyanawa, Lakan, Ka, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawatinawa, Wala'a, Taba'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Ba'ala, Wata Parat,
Wata
Lai Walani,
I will love you.
Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever.
So be it. All right, we got the Hakat, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashah. Nathaniel Nahu. Hakat. Rapa'ah. Ka. Manakah. It's like Wakar. Marawa. Hakat. Latahar. Kamatazariah. Hakat. Lapayim. Hamathim. Hakat. Al. Rakarwath. Hamata Allah. Lagarashan. Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. Dawada Aman.
All right, the Akak or the power in English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
They get Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. All. Haharyam. Mahayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'aratazah. Ayathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al. Yanawan. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawan. Wala'ah. Yashan. Shawamar. Yasharala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazaka. Ayat. Yamika. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Bala. Yala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makal Rai. Yashamar. Afna Pashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'atka. Waba. Wa'aka. It's like Ma'aitha. Wa'ai. I will learn.
Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Yasharallah. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
All right, Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim. Damaya. Lakah. Al Takarash. Wa'al. Tashakwat. Al. Kaya. Hana. Awa. Yabyaka. That's like Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al Imaka. Ya'ai. Rayamwa. Sawada. Wayata. Ya'aitazawa. Al. It's like Tazapawanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wana. Kakidan. Magalia. Wala'ah. Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasharala,
Sham Yashala,
Iwada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
No Aitazawa,
Nawa Aizawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakutwa,
Yakam,
it's like Ayaka,
Ayuka,
Baryath,
Baryat,
Lakarathwa,
Yakaratwa,
Ahaya,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
it's like Wayashamalia,
Yashmaali,
it's like Mawaba,
Mawaba,
well, it's like Wagarnu,
Wagaria,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Waima 1,
Waimawan,
Waima Lot,
Waimalak,
Palashath,
Palasha,
Ain,
Ain,
Yeshabya,
Yeshabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Aiman,
Aiman,
Hayawai,
Ayuwa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labunya,
Labunya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadya,
Kamadia,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sarah,
Sarah,
Kabat, that's like Kayabya,
Kayabia,
Banakal,
Malakal,
Kwayashwan,
Koyashwan,
it's like Nasha,
Nasha,
Matwa,
Magwa,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Da'ara,
Dara,
Hayawa,
Ayuwa,
Daman,
Daman,
Adama,
La'adama,
Shaitamwa,
Shaitamwa,
Nada,
Lada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
it's like Ka'arab,
Kaira,
Katazaaba,
Ukazaba,
Kazabat,
Ukazaba,
Katazal,
Ukazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Ka,
Kal,
Nasa,
Nasa,
Yakamwa,
Yakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya,
Naya,
Rasha,
Rasha,
Lanawa,
Lanwa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awa,
Nawa,
Alahayim,
Alahayo,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shaitamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapunya,
Lapunya,
Rakah,
Rakal,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabaira,
Tabaira,
Ya'ira,
Ya'ira,
it's like Kala'aba,
Wakalaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
it's like Harayam,
Haryam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadatma,
Thoradatma,
Basiraka,
Basiraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Bakwashwa,
Bakwashwa,
Shumka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Bahawa,
Bahawa,
Ayai,
Adi,
Waya,
Waya,
Kaparwa,
Kaparwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Ibatwa,
Abadwa,
Waya,
Waya,
Da'awa,
Dawa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Ata,
Ata,
Shumka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Nabatwa,
Abadwa,
Ayuwan,
Ayuwan,
Ka,
Alkal,
Ha'aratazak.
Araza. All right, Psalms, the 83rd chapter in English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
And be not still.
and be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee are lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee are lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
And consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
That the name of Yashar'Allah
that the name of Yashar'Allah
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
and
the Agarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal, and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
with
the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of
At
Kasan.
the brook of Kasan,
Which perished that endured.
which perished that endured.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red.
Make their nobles like a red,
And like Zeel.
and like Zed.
Yea.
Yea,
All their princes as Zabak.
of their princes as Sabbath,
And as Zalmunna.
and as Zamunna,
Who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Make them like a wheel.
make them like a wheel,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As the fire burneth the wood.
as the fire burneth the wood,
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
And make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may see thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh,
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame and perish.
let them be put to shame and perish,
That men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth. We get the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Micah Allah.
Why Micah Allah.
Why Al Hayim.
Why
Matazabiah.
Matazabiyah.
Alawap Yohana.
Allah.
Ha Alawapya.
Allah.
Hasaranyam.
Asaranyam.
Akwata Zayanyam.
Zayanyam.
Akaya Yayum.
Akaya Yayum.
Waha Wakyam.
Wafi.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
Thank you. So be it.
All right. Brother, you want to get anointed? All right. Go ahead. All right, so of course what we're going to do, we're going to say these prayers. We'll point to you, say your name, we'll say it with you 3 times, all right? Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Waya Shamarka.
Why Shamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Aryaka.
Aryaka.
Waya Kunka.
Why Kunka.
Yasha'ar Yahweh.
Yasha'ar Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Pan Yahweh.
Aryaka.
Aryaka.
Waya Shamlaka.
Why Shamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Kabarama.
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 Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
Clap it up for the brother. All right, what we just said in the English was, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, protect. Bottom up. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and close out this Sabbath service. Men of Israel, Imagine, which means to stand. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakathum.
Yahweh Matah. Sabbath service.